The House passed a Bill 33,591 Saturday afternoon that would fund the government for 45 days, hours before the government shutdown goes into effect. The bill, put to vote by House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, ultimately received more support from Democrats than Republicans. 90 Republicans voted no and only one Democrat voted against the short-term funding measure. McCarthy had to rely on Democrats for passage because the Speaker's far-right wing said it would oppose any short-term measures. The Speaker initiated a voting process that requires a two-thirds majority, about 290 votes, in the 435-member House for passage. Republicans have a 221,212 majority with 2 open seats. The bill will now go to the Senate for a vote. McCarthy announced Saturday morning that he would try to pass short-term funding bill through the House with help from Democrats. It was a move that might keep government open but would put his own presidency at risk. The House will take action to prevent a government shutdown, McCarthy said after meeting with the Republican conference early Saturday morning. We will put in place a clean fund and a temporary period to keep the government open for 45 days, so the House and Senate can do their job. He told reporters this would give lawmakers more time to finish work on individual appropriations bills. The measure does not include funding for Ukraine, which Democrats want but many Republicans oppose. However, it also includes expenditures for disaster relief. Knowing what happened over summer, we will put in the additional portion that the president requested for disaster, McCarthy said. A White House official said White House welcomed bill's passage, stating that it keeps government open at a higher funding level than Senate bill and includes disaster relief and FAA authorization, noting McCarthy's support for Ukraine financing. The official said the White House expects him to introduce a separate bill shortly. Republican Senator Mike Rounds of South Dakota also said Ukrainians shouldn't take anything negative from Saturday's vote, adding we can very quickly do border security and reinforce Ukraine with a connected approach, whether in the next 2 days or 3 days. Even if it's 10 days before House vote. Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries of New York initially said Democrats needed more time to study bill, and criticized Republicans for rushing bill at 11th hour, even though just yesterday extreme MAGA Republicans voted for bill, which would reduce spending by 10. It reduces by 30%. To give Democrats more time to read the bill. Jeffries spoke for about an hour on the House floor, using his magic minute, a privilege that allows House leaders to speak for a nearly unlimited amount of time. But after House plan emerged, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell urged his members to vote no on developing Senate version 2. See if House could pass stopgap funding measure. It looks like a bipartisan agreement co.